Hi, it's Deb Weekly with the Help Club for Moms, and we are here in week 3 of the Joy Challenge for Moms. Now, if you haven't signed up for the Joy Challenge for Moms, be sure to sign up and join us because we are having a great time, and I'm learning a lot. I know, Brandy, you've been talking, and you're learning a lot. So come and journey with us and learn a lot about joy with Tommy Newberry with the Joy Challenge for Moms. Okay, today we are going to talk about gratitude. Now, Tommy, in day 16, you talk about the importance of gratitude. Now, we hear a lot about gratitude in our world. Ann Boskamp wrote the gratitude, the 1,000 Gifts, and we hear a lot about that in Christian circles. But why is gratitude so important for moms? Tommy, why do you think so?
Well, it's huge for moms, and it's because it's the cornerstone of a joyful attitude. So you can't be joyful without being appreciative of all the blessings that are around you. In fact, if you're appreciative, you're probably joyful. And so practicing gratitude, I like the phrase practicing gratitude because it implies and suggests pretty strongly that we don't just need to be grateful, we need to practice. In other words, we need some spaced repetition. We need to get better at it, just like we would get better in other aspects of our life.
Being intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that includes maybe charting your blessings on a daily basis. It would include thinking about the things you want to be grateful for at some point down the road, using time while you're exercising or commuting, even in the shower, and just thinking, hey, what am I grateful for? But here's what I think makes a huge difference and will make a great difference with moms is being grateful, thinking about it, being grateful for the little things. It's not just the big things, but the more specific we can get with our blessings and the more little blessings that we can occupy our minds with, the more grateful we are. And they're all around us. I mean, just in a room, you could be wherever room you're in when you're watching this, there's probably 100 blessings in that one room. And in any given interaction with somebody, there's a lot of blessings. But when we think of a blessing as something big and broad, we think of one blessing. But when we think about all the little pieces of it, I mean, when I'm reviewing my blessings, I'm thinking, what am I grateful for about my childhood? What am I grateful for about this moment, about where I live? You can go, oh yeah, there's some things I don't like, but what am I grateful for? And that's really the message of Philippians 4:8 is to acknowledge that there's things that aren't right, there's some deficiencies around, but there's a lot more sufficiencies. And that's where we want to point our thought life to remind ourselves that no matter how bad the day is, there's a lot to be grateful for.
That is so good. With you bringing up Philippians 4:8, because that's what the whole Joy Challenge is based on.
That's right.
But I pray that every morning with my husband as I say, Lord, help us to focus on what's true, noble, excellent, and praiseworthy, and think about those things. And I think it's important to pray Scripture, and I'm glad that you brought that up because that's exactly right. It's right there in Scripture. And so, Brandy,
pray and practice.
Pray and practice. That's so good. So, Brandy, what were you were thinking about this? We were talking about this earlier.
Well, yeah. When I learned about this, it was just a new revelation. With 5 kids at home, it's often easy to be bombarded by all the little things that come our way. But a while back, a few months ago, I actually decided to be proactive about being grateful, and I started a gratitude journal, and I've been writing a minimum of 5 things every day. And some days, it's a little more struggle to come up with something, but that makes me dig deeper to appreciate those little things that you're talking about, Tommy. We actually went probably a month on Christmas, the week of Christmas, when I'm doing all this baking and cooking with the kids and all this food, our dishwasher broke. And we have 5 kids and a lot of cooking. And so, it made me appreciate, having a dishwasher. Some days when it's just a rough day, when all the kids are sick, it's just that, looking outside and seeing the beauty of the clouds or the morning snuggles with my littles. Just little tiny things. Even, honestly, learning to appreciate the negative things like the dishwasher breaking because it makes me appreciate even more all the good things on the normal days. Some days I'm thankful for the rough days with my kids because it honestly teaches me to be more grateful for the good days. And so I start that out, at least 5 things every morning, and then it really sets my mind for the day to really look around me and be grateful throughout my day more. And it really has changed my thinking.
Yeah, and I would say the fast track to joy is to be more appreciative, to be more thankful, and to express that to somebody else. Because if you have a deficit in joy, it's usually because you been thinking too much about your own problems and your own dissatisfactions, your own disappointments. So flip that by thinking about what you're grateful for, just holding it up in your thought, in your mind for a few minutes, and it changes everything. It changes the world that you see. It changes how people interact with you. It's very, very powerful. But you got to practice.
You got to practice. I love that practice. So don't feel like you have to be perfect, but be sure to practice gratitude to keep your joy this week. Well, there you have it. We're going to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.